on this movie, which really is, it's an extraordinary movie. It stayed with me since I saw it. It's haunting almost. You know, Nicholas, let me ask you, what drew you to this character? Because a few times that I've seen actors just so connect to a character, they just inhabit the role. I thought you inhabited this role. I couldn't separate you from the character here. Can you talk about that?
Well, thank you. First of all, I think I should mention that I took about a year off. I was going through a phase where I wanted to be extremely selective, and I wanted to I had done what I wanted to do as sort of a more operatic, Baroque style of film performance in other pictures. And I wanted to take the wisdom of some of the life experiences that I'd been through over the last 2 years prior to Joe, where I could, without going into too much detail, take the negative of that and turn it into a positive by filling the vessel of the character of Joe with just emotional content, not have to act, not have to think too much, and just be. And when I read the script, I got a wonderful letter from David. I read it. I knew that his professor in the university that he went to wrote it, transcribed it from Larry Brown's novel. And I immediately connected with the dialogue, I immediately connected with the scenes, and I said, I understand this, man. I think I can play this without having to act. And then, of course, I wanted to work with David because I'd seen his marvelous work with Undertow and Josh Lucas's brilliant performance in that. And then on with Sam Rockwell and Snow Angels, and I knew that this was a man that would really be able to get a great performance from his actors. So that was really the decision.
What was that collaboration like for you? Because I know you were more involved than just as an actor. You were involved in a lot of the other aspects of the film too.
Well, because I took that time off, I was really eager to get back to work. But first of all, I did meet David. I flew out from Las Vegas to Austin, Texas. We spent about two days together getting to know each other, walking in the woods and talking. And I just wanted to know how enthusiastic I was about the material. And when he did say, let's do it, it was a little time before we finally committed. I came out to Austin a month in advance because I wanted to really get in step with David's process, which is a playful process. It's a process that's full of believe it or not, it's a light process. He encourages actors to improvise and to get comfortable with each other. I wanted to soak up Austin, Texas. I wanted to soak up the rural kind of suburban neighborhoods there and the people there. I got to work, run some dialogue, rehearse with the predominantly African-American crew, so it seemed like we've been working together for years, and there was a flow to that. Got to meet Ty Sheridan, who I fell in love with him. I thought he had this vulnerable, beautiful quality, and I knew I could care for this man-child, and it would make my job so much easier.
You and Ty Sheridan are great. You had to have a relationship beyond what we see on the screen, off the screen, I think, to create that. Did you have a rehearsal time with him, or how did you create
Well, I would only say that in some ways the relationship in the movie does mirror the relationship in that in our relationship, because Nicholas admired Ty's work ethic. He's serious about the work. He was totally on point and came in with all this emotion and these profound silences between the dialogues. And so I just admired him so much. And it was easy to play Joe because Joe admired his work ethic, Gary's work ethic.
Now, David, let me ask you about this film and what brought you to it. I know you studied the work of the author, obviously, when you were in college, right?
Yeah, I had, my first job after I graduated film school was working as a production assistant on a documentary about Larry Brown, the novelist that we based the movie on. It was called The Rough South of Larry Brown. It was directed by a college professor of mine, Gary Hawkins. And it was an amazing process, not only just the enthusiasm I have of the production process, but getting to know Larry, getting to know his work, and being inspired by his stories and also his own personal story, which we came to know Joe is a very personal story to him. And then when Larry passed away, Gary sent me an adaptation he'd done of Joe and said, hey, do you want to do this or you want me to? So I got really excited about it and thought it would be kind of the perfect circle to kind of come to a point where I was realizing a story that had been really inspiring when I was kind of looking for those first seeds of inspiration of building confidence to